have
So,
some sayings.
so now I was checking up a little bit on some things that kind of surprised me. But you were talking about little known things that a person wouldn't know, but the IRS just can't come after you forever and put you out on the street, right? There's limits.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And just for example, Tom, what happened to my father in the early 1970s never has to happen to another American. And I'll tell you the single most important thing that people don't know that they need to know is the process called collection due process appeal. Collection due process. Right. And what that means is the IRS can no longer shoot first and never bother to answer questions. That's the typical approach they would take to collection pre 1997. Now, what was it about 1997 that changed the rules? Well, I already mentioned that 1997 was the year that Congress passed the Restructuring Act. I was a consultant to the National Commission on Restructuring the IRS, and I made 33 different specific recommendations for statutory changes. And one of them was this power of the IRS to just blast their collection weapon in every direction without asking any questions first and without bothering to consider collateral damage in the meantime. Well, what grew out of that was this collection due process appeal. What that means, Tom, is that when you owe the IRS money, before they can collect a nickel's worth of your assets, they have to issue what's called a final notice of intent to levy and notice of your right to a hearing. And that letter says, you owe us X dollars. You've got 30 days to pay up. If you don't pay up in 30 days, we can enforce collection with levies, seizures, bank account attachments, tax liens, and so on. But if you file a request for an appeal within that 30-day period of time, we can't do any of those things. So what happens is when you get that final notice letter and you submit your request for a collection due process hearing, that operates as a statutory toll on collection action. It's just like getting an injunction against the IRS, Tom. It shuts them down in their tracks. The case is taken out of the hands of the collection function.